welcome to another episode of Great Games. Whenever I tell people that I collect video games, the most common thing I get asked is, "Hey, you got any valuable video games? Or what's your most valuable? How much is your collection worth?" Things like that. So, I thought it'd be fun to kind of show off and brag a little bit, because why the hell not? My top 30 most valuable video games in order. We're going to do like 10 we're going to do 3 different episodes. That's what they're called, episodes of 10 games each, starting with today. So today is going to be number 30 to 21. Take a look. I hope you like the video. First game on our list is the original Diablo ported over to the original PlayStation. I found this game at Salvation Army for about 10 cents, and I was very lucky and very excited when I found it. The game itself is pretty fun, however the controls take a little bit of time getting used to. I had trouble getting my character to go where I wanted him to go. The game also has a 2-player mode, but since I don't have any friends, I can't show that off to you today. The load times are pretty long, but overall this is still a very fun time and a good representation of the PC classic. But since this version is a little on the pricey side, I say download the PC version. It's generally under $10, and it also includes the Hellfire expansion. Pikmin 2 is the sequel to Pikmin, which was a huge hit for the Nintendo GameCube. It's essentially a puzzle game with real-time strategy elements. You take control of these small plant-like creatures called Pikmin, and you command them to do things like fight creatures and grab and carry things back to the onion, which then spits out more Pikmin. To pick items up and defeat enemies, you will need a specific amount of these creatures, so you're actually always in the hunt for creating and commanding more of them. This game is incredibly fun and creative, but I was strangely put off by someone like name brand product placement in this game, like this stupid Duracell battery. It just seemed weird for a Nintendo game, but anyways, this is a great addition to your GameCube library, just like the first game. Both these games were also released for the Nintendo Wii with motion controls.
Oh crap.
Job Simulator is a PlayStation VR game that, for whatever reason, is really expensive. This game is a very cool game to look at because of its bright cartoony visuals and even more of a joy to play. There's a few different jobs that you can simulate, like a convenience store clerk, office worker, or restaurant worker. This game, unlike others on the list, is available as a download from online as well. So if you haven't played it, give it a shot, and it should pretty much give you a smile right away when you launch it.
Yeah, more of that sweet, sweet I'm gonna buy a new pair of shoes.
SHANTAE and the Pirate's Curse is a platform game developed by WayForward, and it's the third game in the SHANTAE series. It's a pretty standard action platformer with fast and fun gameplay, but the real standout of the game are its amazing 16-bit-esque graphics and the incredible music. However, I wouldn't recommend getting a physical edition of this game because the price is a tad high, but it's available for almost every console via download if you do want to play it, and I think it's worth a go. Here's a game that needs no introduction, Super Mario 64. It was released in 1996 as a launch title for the Nintendo 64. It's an absolutely incredible 3D platformer. The game is also a prime example that valuable video games don't necessarily mean that they're rare or hard to find. I mean, this game sold 12 million copies. I fully acknowledge that I have a complete in-box copy of the game, and that's what's driving up the value in this video, but still, the cart-only copy still sells for nearly $40. Why is this game so valuable? Well, quite often, first-party Nintendo games hold their value quite well. That's why Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64 still sells for $30, and Majora's Mask sells for roughly $50. The game also holds up remarkably well, which could be another reason for it to retain so much value. If you haven't played this game, where the heck have you been for the last 24 years? Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes for the Nintendo GameCube is an excellent, enhanced remake of the original Metal Gear Solid that was on the original PlayStation. The graphics and gameplay were altered to make them look and feel more similar to Metal Gear Solid 2. These enhancements included the amazing first-person view, which made shooting way more fun than the original. It also included enhanced enemy AI as well. They retained the original aspects of the game that made it so much fun. This GameCube version is the only way to play this enhanced version of the game, as it was inexplicably not included in any of the HD remaster collections of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. I definitely prefer this version of the game to its original, which came out in 1998, and as you can probably guess, hasn't aged super well, whereas this one, which was released still a long time ago in 2004, retains some of the things that make games special even today as well. I think the graphics hold up really well, and it's generally a fun game to play still. Here's a game that I'm not too crazy for, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. It's a 3D Pokemon RPG that's a sequel to Pokemon Colosseum for the same system. The main focus of the game, just like the last game, is to capture Shadow Pokemon and to purify them. But there are only 83 Shadow Pokemon to acquire and purify. This game is pretty much just an expansion of Pokemon Colosseum and not an entirely new experience. Do yourselves a favor and do not purchase this game. Take the money you would spend on this game and buy Pokemon Sword and Shield, or pretty much any other mainline Pokemon game, and you'll have a way better time. And you might thank me later too, I don't know. Terminator for the SEGA CD is based on the first Terminator movie. This game utilizes some full motion video clips from the actual motion picture. They do look horrendous by today's standards, but they do have a certain archival charm to them. The gameplay is a run and gun platformer. The character animations are very nice and fluid, but the enemies take far too many hits to defeat. This often leads to some cheap deaths. The music is amazing with a bunch of heavy guitars and blistering guitar solos. This is a very fun one, and I do highly recommend it.
Alright, little break from the video at this part. If anyone has like epilepsy or has problems with like flashing lights or something, don't watch the next like minute and a half of this video, because it's a light gun game and there's a lot of flashing. So the whole screen flashes. So just a fair warning, fast forward through this next part. Cool? I don't want you all to die.
Crypt Killer
is a port of a light gun game for the Sega Saturn made by Konami. This game got mercilessly destroyed by critics when it was released, but I, however, quite enjoy it. Sure, the graphics are blocky, but they're weirdly charming, and the mythical nature of the game often leads to some surprises that I was not expecting. Overall, it's a fun game, but I don't believe it's worth the asking price, at least not for the Sega Saturn. The PlayStation version costs only about $20, so if you wanted to experience the game for yourself, that would be the version to get. Tomba 2 is the sequel to Tomba 1, of course, for the PlayStation. It's a platforming game with some puzzle elements. It's a pretty fun game that I unfortunately haven't had the opportunity to play that much just yet. The graphics are colorful and surprisingly detailed for a 32-bit system, and I really enjoyed the game, but I did find that some of the controls took a while to get used to. I say from what little I played of this game that it's definitely a fun game and a great game to add to your collection.
Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys liked it. Keep waiting. Stay tuned. That's what it's called. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next 2 parts in the video, hopefully coming. One should be coming next week, and then the other one should be coming the following week after that week. So definitely watch those if you guys want to. What is your favorite game in this video that I have talked about? Or what's your most valuable video game that you guys have in your collection? If you guys want to subscribe to see more amazing, stupendous, Oscar-worthy content like this, subscribe right here. If you guys want to watch another one of my stupid videos, there's another one right there. Another one. Can't say another one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.